I guess we're freaking live. And the chat is still not working. Jesus Christ, bruh. So breaking news, y'all. We just traded our arch nemesis. Praise Will Dawkins. I think we all owe Will Dawkins a gift basket. I don't know what he likes. Croissants. He likes Frenchmen. Edibles? A basket of edibles? I don't even know if I'm online right now. Hold on. I swear, man. I thought I just fixed the chat and it's not freaking working. Hold on. Look, it's empty. Fuck. All right, so basically, let me just read everything. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I was in the middle of doing a Corey Kispert video. This ruined everything, but I can't complain because Kelly Olynyk is off my team. Yes, I'm still butthurt. Yes, it was like damn near a decade ago. I'm never gonna let it go. Never. We should have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. If it wasn't for him, we'd be there. I'd have something to share to my grandkids. We'd have something to share to our grandkids. And Cleveland didn't want to see us that year. Anyways, so basically, let me go ahead and share this with you guys. Hold on. So Kelly Olynyk just got traded. We traded Kelly Olynyk to the Spurs. God bless San Antonio. For Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley, and a 2026 second-round pick. The second-round pick will be the least favorable of Dallas, Philadelphia, and OKC next year, which I like. And I'm going to give you my take on that later on. By the way, I'm doing this all on the fly. Because I literally was editing this Corey Kispert video. And now I think I want to scratch it all now because of this trade. I don't know if I'm going to upload it. It's annoying. But, yeah, man, let me just keep reading. Olynyk shot a career-high 42% on three-pointers last year and a shot of 41% on catch-and-shoot threes over the last 3 years. Why am I reading this? He's not on my team anymore. Basically, Brand was a sucker. I remember Malachi far too well. I actually wanted him in the 2022 NBA draft. I'm not going to lie. But he was selected with the number 20th overall. Number 20th overall in the 2022 NBA draft, and Wesley was selected in 2025. Wesley was selected number 25 in that same draft. So that's two former first-round picks added to our first-round pick collection. Before I continue, can y'all let me know real quick, please, if the audio is good? Please, please, please. The last stream I streamed, but it only worked on one ear. But I think I fixed it because I did a test stream on my other channel, and I think I fixed it. Can y'all just say, hey, you dumb dick, thumbs up if it's working good? I thought I fixed it. Shit, I need to fix this shit too. I'm just waiting on somebody. J World, what's up, man? Okay, I'm just waiting on somebody to let me know if the audio is good because I thought I fixed it last time. But anyways, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna wait till somebody says something. I want to read this right here real quick though. All right, thanks, man. Thanks, Dre. Thank you, Mr. Nobody. You are somebody to me. This is the most important thing. All right, I'm gonna go in chronological order from Michael Scotto from NBA Twitter. Highly recommend. He went in depth on this because I feel like this is the first of a domino move for us. So I'm going to read this out loud. So again, in chronological order, he said the Spurs are trading Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley, 2026 second round pick, least favorable again of Dallas, Philadelphia, and OKC, most likely OKC, to us for Kelly Olynyk. The Wizards have a roster overflow and will need to adjust via cuts and trades. Remember, even with the trade we recently had with Cam Whitmore, and I said in my previous video, that trade's going to be, looks like it's going to be looped in, hasn't been official yet, with the Jordan Poole trade, because as right now we had 16 players on standard contracts on our team. Now we have an even more overflow because we're trading one dude for two dudes and a draft pick. He continues on by saying this: by trading Kelly Olynyk to the Spurs, the Wizards have increased their tax and apron buffer to take on more salary throughout the summer and season. Washington has also created a $13.5 million TPE. Olynyk joins the competitive Spurs team. Yeah, fuck. Anyways, the most important thing is that both Malachi and Blake Wesley are also on expiring deals. That's what I read. The last years of the rookie deals, so we're not taking on longer contract. Let's see here. Okay, so obviously we all know this as well. Rashawn Holmes is partially guaranteed. He's only due $250K this upcoming year, guaranteed wise. But I mean, I think it's January. If it's picked up and he's still here with us, his salary will be a $13.28 million salary for the upcoming season, which makes him a prime candidate to be eventually traded or waived, given Washington's roster logjam. We averaged 7.4 points and 5.7 rebounds last year. It just screams that we have another move in the making. Right? Am I right or am I right? Or I could be wrong. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Oh, shit. Here we go. The chat's working now. I don't know what I just did. The chat's working now. Holy shit. I did. Bet. Chat's working. Basically, thank you, H Money. So, this just screams to me, the only bigs right now with Kelly Olynyk gone, Sar, Vooch, Holmes, and Holmes not even fully guaranteed. Dude, it just screams that we have another move in the making. Now, I feel like we talked about recently regarding dudes like who are currently free agent big men. Ideal men we thought of was Thomas Bryant, former ex-Wizard, and DeAndre Jordan. I kind of want DeAndre Jordan, I'm not going to lie to you. Granted, just because of his veteran presence, a guy who's highly respected. And, but it would just be a one-year deal. Nothing to tie us up long-term wise. But it just screams, this is like, we're obviously going to waive some dudes. I don't think both Malachi and Blake are going to be on the team. As a matter of fact, to go in depth on those two, Malachi, these are his stats. Yeah, y'all can see. Let me a little bit zoom in more. Rookie year, 10.2 points on 23 minutes per game. I'm not gonna lie, his rookie year, I was like, okay, I kind of liked Malachi. He wasn't one of my favorites, but I was just like, I wouldn't mind taking him later on in the first round, or like if we can trade up, or I don't know. And then he started dipping more. 9.2 points the second year, 43% from the field, 34% from the three. His bread and butter coming out of college, if I don't remember, he was a shooter. Last year, then he just dipped. If there's any Spurs fans who can give us any insight on this, that would be appreciated on these dudes. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if anything would make the team, honestly. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nico. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, they're saying that they're both not going to get any time on the floor with the Spurs. Yeah, obviously, not obviously, sorry, I didn't mean that. But I mean, they're dudes they fell out of rotation with the Spurs. But most importantly, they're on expiring deals. So we traded an expiring deal on Kelly Olynyk for two expiring deals on these two dudes. And we got a second-round pick next year. Not bad. Again, I'm doing this all on the fly, Let me check Twitter just to hold on. But then going on Blake Wesley, a little bit worse. 5 points this rookie year, 4.4, 3.4, or 3.7 last year. I don't think he's gonna be on a team. No offense to him, but I don't think he's gonna be our next year. This was just to get down to 15 players. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, honestly, I feel like what's gonna happen is we're gonna waive a couple dudes. Yeah, we're going to waive a couple dudes. But I also feel like it just feels like with the TPE we got, because I'm going to go back to Michael Scotto's thing. We created a $13.5 million TPE. It just screams another move's in the making. Or not even another move's in the making, but we have more wiggle room now. You know? That's what it thinks to me. You just have more wiggle room now. Yeah, and also like the Spurs got him honestly, so that I mean they envision Kelly Olynyk from what I'm reading, and that Spurs fan can let me know. But you know, it just feel like they envision Kelly being in their rotation. They think they have a spot for Kelly in their rotation. John Steele says, "Damn, don't like this trade. Nice pickup for the Spurs. Don't think we would have got more for Olynyk, but would just rather have kept him." Honestly, even though Kelly Olynyk is on my damn it list, I mean, like, we are super thin. Front court wise, we are extremely thin. We don't have a fabric line. As of right now, like, they're obviously, this is not the bigs that we're going to go into the season into. Like, again, like, we have Sar, the Vooch, who we just tendered, and, he's just restricted. We just tendered him. And then Rashawn Holmes, who we all know him, just read right here, partially guaranteed contract for $250,000 guaranteed, and then, it's going to become fully guaranteed in January for 13.5 milli. 13.28 milli, sorry. But it just seems like, yeah, we definitely going to get a big. We're going to sign a big, in my opinion. I'm kind of leaning towards DeAndre Jordan. And people who, yeah, exactly. We're non-existent right now there. But I want to say this, though. And I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but, I ain't Alex Jones, the fuck, but. But this is my take. And I said this before. I feel like this is being done on purpose. Now, I'm not saying, look, for bigs, like, the reason why I'm more leaning towards DeAndre Jordan is because not only do we need it because we're very thin at the position, but also it will be good for Alex Sarr's development. It's a win-win. Sarr needs a big dude next to him so we can move him over to the 4. Exactly. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, Vooch is he's in a 2-way. And we just tendered him. But yeah, so signing a veteran big will not only help us with body-wise, because we're thin there, but also help us development-wise. Which is why, again, I'm still leaning towards DeAndre Jordan because he's a good vet, championship experience with the Nuggets. Just a great veteran role, respected veteran. You can teach a thing or two, hopefully teach a thing or two how to freaking rebound to our young bigs. And I don't want to dog on them, but, bread and butter, they're never going to, But anyways, I'm leaning towards DeAndre Jordan. And, anyways, but going back to my conspiracy theory, last year, when we traded Jonas Valanciunas and we started playing Rashawn Holmes more, our defense went from ass-tastic to ass. We started playing better. And then with that, we started winning. There were some stretches and we were playing 500 ball. I know y'all remember this because some of y'all were pissed off because like, oh, shoot, we got to lose because we got to get that lottery pick, which you got scored on. But anyways, could this be a ploy to ensure that we are bad next season? That way, obviously, to keep our pick, which is top 8 protected. Y'all let me know. Let me know, please. That's the way I think about it. I'm not saying that, like, to me, they know a 5 is our biggest need besides talent. That is, Leonard, maybe Alex Len too. He's available too, but injury wise, he's not. Kispert. I'm gonna get to Kispert later on in the stream, but yeah, man, like that's what I'm thinking. I know they're obviously gonna sign some veteran bigs, but I don't think. Well, they didn't want to cough up the money because they're just like, dude, we're still not gonna do anything next year. The object of the game next year is to get that pick, secure our pick, and develop our young dudes. So they're not going to toss money to a guy like Luke Ornette, which I actually would have liked. But I feel like next year, had he been available, then I would have tossed the money towards him. But that's my thinking. Yeah. Grab a cheap big. And I think that's what we want to do. Do you want to ensure that we lose, but get a cheap veteran big. That's why I still lean towards Jordan more than Thomas Bryant, even though Thomas Bryant's a veteran, but Jordan's more, obviously, he's been through it all. But, yeah. Yeah, and also, I'm not mad. I'm not mad if we keep Rashawn Holmes even at $13.28 milli. It's expiring. I'm not mad if we do it. Actually, Rashawn Holmes, I keep on saying this, and I'm going to say this to the day I die, Rashawn Holmes is a good veteran for our dudes. People say all the time, Marcus Smart, CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton. Rashawn Holmes, granted, he's not on the same level playing-wise with them, like, veteran-wise, man was the captain with Sacramento. He's a great veteran. I like Rashawn Holmes, and he's tough. Rashawn Holmes is a tough dude. Yes, I want Boozer too. That's the guy I want next year. Most likely he's gonna be top 3. Right now, I saw a recent mock draft. He's the top overall pick. But yeah, I don't know, man. Am I yelling? I feel like I'm. I don't know if I'm yelling. Yeah. So that's the way I see it, y'all. That's the way I see it. But it just we're gonna get a veteran big or two. It's just a matter of just when now. I'm refreshing Twitter and I don't see anything yet. But we got $13 million trade exception. Fuck. No, Jonas Valanciunas wants to go to Greece. I don't know if y'all saw that. Jonas is checked out. He wants tzatziki and that's it. He don't want ketchup anymore. He's tired of ketchup. He wants tzatziki. As a matter of fact, even though the Nuggets recently said that he was like, you're not getting tzatziki. But he wants to go to Greece. He wants to go to Greece. He wants to play overseas, man. He's checked out, even though he has that contract. But anyways, let's see what the red chat. I want Cam Boozer. That's the guy. But, we have to have plan B, plan C, plan D, plan G. Because, we saw what happened to us. The Hawk TV said, damn, DB, what the are we doing? We need a center. And are you kidding me? Come on. Nah, bruh. No. I think John Steele said, calm down to you. Because, again, I got to remember the object of the game, man. Got to remember the object of the game. Remember, next year is the last year that I feel like we are going to be in the lottery. And I feel like that's the game plan for Will Dawkins as well. We all saw how much we have in cap space over, I believe it's now $110 million in cap space next offseason, which we can play around, absorb bad contracts. Hey, we can fiddle around with these restricted free agents. We can call some of them. That's going to be way harder, But, things could change. Let's say we get, oh my God, Adam Silver blesses us. And he's like, oh, these guys, they have a nice young squad. Let's give him a top 3 pick. Because we all know that lottery is rigged. He gives us a top 3 pick. We will look enticing to free agents next year. If everything goes well. If Trey Johnson does this thing this year, which nothing set in stone. But, I'm expecting him to be a contender for Rookie of the Year. I don't want to jinx it. Fuck. I'm knock on wood, boy. But, Locked on Law said he can do it for a year. You are 7'1". What's your wingspan? 6'2"? You got that Will Riley wingspan? Listen, yeah. But yeah, man, I'm not okay, this is my question to you guys. Because I was making I said it earlier on the video. I was making a Corey Kispert video when this video dropped. And I don't know if I'm going to drop the Corey Kispert video. Because, it kind of changes. Well, it doesn't really change that much. But, because, I don't believe that maybe. I don't think both of these dudes are definitely not going to be in a team. One of them's going to be waived. But my opinions my opinion is this. I mean, my question is this to you guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard, realistically, will it be to trade Corey Kispert? On a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being really hard, super hard, super hard. Bro, I'm saying a 7. Or maybe even an 8. I'm saying an 8, bro. Let me know. What do y'all think? I think it's hard, man. I don't think we missed our window. It's more of just like, it would have been ideal to trade him in a draft day. Yeah, easy to trade him for nothing. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I mean, Jordan Poole was for cap space. I feel like what happened with Will Dawkins is the market spoke to him too regarding Corey Kispert. Exactly. Yeah. In my video, I said the Blazers too. The Blazers would love him. There's actually reports saying the Blazers would be interested. I thought the Rockets, but then the Rockets, they got Finney Smith. I don't think, I tossed out maybe the Grizzlies. I mean, then if you think about it, every team can use shooting. Every playoff team can use shooting. Like I thought the Grizzlies maybe, but bro, I'm thinking like I don't know. It's easier said than done with him trading him because he has a long-term contract, 3 more years left, $13 million. Granted, the last year is a club option for Corey Kispert. But that's one thing that I'm just like, dude, I don't know. I truly don't know. He doesn't fit here. And no offense to Corey Kispert, like I was saying in the video, no offense, God bless him. But it's just it's the longest tenured dude. We have other guys we want to see. We're not playing winning basketball this year. We're not playing to win, honestly. We're playing to develop. There's a difference. We're not playing to tank either. I think people got to distinguish between the two. We're not playing to tank. I feel like we're playing to, obviously, just to develop. That's it. Fuck it. And wherever we land. But ideally, we want to land, top 5 worst record. But, yeah, man. But anyways, going back to this trade. It makes us extremely thin. Super thin. As thin as it can be. But we got a 2nd-round pick next year. And my thinking is this too. I'm trying to lock up as many, not 2nd-round picks, just picks in general for next year. And next year only. For now. Prioritize next year. Because who's to say we get scored in the draft again? Who's to say we get scored in the draft again? Put all our assets together and move up if we need to. Because as of right now, if we do get scorned, we're going to end up with that low 1st-round pick from OKC, Houston, and the Clippers, which most likely is going to be from the Clippers, and most likely will be, from the Clippers, from OKC, and that most likely be a pick 28 to 30 1st-round pick. Then we're going to have these multiple 2nd-round picks that we have now. I'm trying to just secure our plan B, C, and D. So hopefully we do another Marcus Smart type trade. We get lucky, but I want to get as many picks next year just in case, because I want to take a swing at one of these dudes. in the draft. All right. Jones says this. Here's your Kispert trade. Kispert and Holmes to Miami for Terry Rozier, 2026 2nd-round pick. Miami gets a 3rd big, needed, and a shooter on a good contract. Washington gets rid of the last player from the previous front office. Whenever I read a trade offer, I always think about it from the opposite team, not from my team. I think of the opposite team. Would they do it? It's not bad. We essentially just get 1 2nd-round pick, though. Holmes is just there for, salary cap. Make sure that the contracts match. Fuck it. If that's the only trade we can get. And dude, I'm telling you this. I feel like Jones is on something because I feel like it's gonna be this type of trade. I feel like the max we will get is 2 2nd-round picks for him. It's because he finished the season off last year. Corey Kispert finished the season. I was reading off his overall shooting splits per month, and I don't know if y'all know this, but in February, this man was on fire. 45% from the three last year. Hold on. 45% from the three last year. And then in March, I don't know what happened. The love bug bit him too hard from February. And then he went back to 30%. You know, but granted, he only a little bit amount of games because he only played 8 games, but still. So Corey Kispert, like, that within itself, it kind of like, because he was going up. Like, he was improving his shooting splits. And I was like, good, let's get the 36 up to maybe 37, hopefully 38. That way people don't lowball us in trade offers. That's what I was thinking. But if you look at it, last year was his worst year shooting-wise. Career low. 36% from the three. Oh, no, second, sorry. Rookie year. But rookie year don't count. Rookie year, don't, 35%. He's just trending downwards here. Look, 42, 38, then 36. That's true. Yeah, we were doing Kispert what we did with Cam Whitmore. I agree. Corey Kispert for Robert Williams. Who says no? What's Robert Williams' contract situation? It should be close to expiring. Remember Le. That's also a dumb. I mean, that's essentially a Jordan Poole trade. You get rid of the long-term contract and you get an expiring, and we have even more money to play around with next year. I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. Yeah, we did tender the Vooch, Red Wings, but yeah, we need him. We literally have nothing at center, nothing. Yeah, he's an expiring. Yep, $13 million. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. It would just go for the cap space instead of the second round picks. J World says, if the season started today, our 15 roster spots will be Bub, Trey, AJ, Will Riley, Koulibaly, Sarr, Champagnie, Tristan, Keyshawn, CJ. Not bad. Yeah, Jameer. Yeah, Jameer's already. I believe he already signed a 2-way contract a couple days ago. Yeah, Jameer signed a 2-way. Yeah, that's sounds about right. Oh yeah, so I brought this up in a Corey Kispert video, and again, I don't know if I'm gonna drop it, bruh. I don't know. But if I do, it'll be tomorrow. But would y'all be mad if Corey Kispert stays? Obviously, y'all would be mad. Never mind. The question is, if we end up being forced to keep him, you know what's going to happen, right? This is my take. But what's going to happen is I feel like they're obviously going to showcase him. They're going to showcase Corey Kispert the first half of the season, which means he's going to get minutes from dudes that we're going to want to see. Perhaps even a dude like Cam Whitmore. And yeah, I can already think of the fan base just turning on Corey like this. Even myself, I'll be a little bit frustrated. I'm like, fuck, dude, I want to see Cam. I want to see Champagnie. I want to see Champagnie grow. Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely feel like that's the number one priority right now is him being dumped. But if he does stay, I don't know. I feel like sometimes, maybe I feel like I overvalued him a bit. I mean, we all overvalued, if you think about it, we all overvalued Jordan Poole. And what happened? People got pissed off when we just got cap space for him. And we got literally nothing else. We swapped second-round picks. I feel like we kind of perhaps even I'll toss myself in there. I feel like we possibly overvaluing Corey Kispert. Maybe it's even harder to trade him. Yeah. Tall guy. Yeah, KO's gone. He's gone. He's gone. We all owe Will Dawkins a gift basket. I don't know what he likes. I don't know what he likes. I think we like I could chip in. We can chip in and we can give him like a gift card to Clyde's or something like that. He probably goes to Clyde's. Right? Well, older than 20. Just, yeah. Yeah, pull. Yeah. But, yeah, man. Let me check Twitter again. Let's see. Yeah, I think one of them's going to be waived. Glenn, one of them's going to be waived. Maybe both. Both on expiring. Most important thing, they're both on expiring, so we're not getting on long-term. We're not adding long-term contracts to us. Our cap space next year remains the same. Well, we got that trade exception, though. We need a 7'3" athletic African center from Congo or Sudan. I feel like that's the task. That's the number one task next year. I feel like that's the number one task next year. Not only, yeah, biggest need, but I think they're going to do that next year. In the draft, free agents. Next year in the draft, wherever we land, still just BPA. BPA all the way. Oh, yeah, bruh. How you... Either holy or evil, bro. Who you telling, bro? Trust me, I know too. Kelly Olynyk. I thank God we traded him. I didn't like him, just solely because he scorned us that year. We should have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. Should have been. Should have been. How many points we had in the bench that game? Game 7 was it 3 points? 3 points. Game 7. Remember John Wall? I don't know if you remember this. John Wall, there was an article, and I'll never forget this. John Wall, when we're going to the bus at the end of the game 7, they're going home back home, and they're going to the bus. He was shouting out the amount of points the bench scored that game in game 7. And I believe it was 3 points. It was 3 or 5 points. And he just kept saying 5 points, 5 points, because he knew. He knew we didn't get jack shit from the bench that game. And I believe it was just a Bogdanovich 3-pointer. That's it. That's all we had from the bench. This is showing my age. But, like, I remember that game like it was yesterday, man. I can't. Because of that, I feel like, well, I like this, too. If you're a Wizards fan and you're in your 30s, you don't fuck with Kelly Olynyk. Simple as that. We don't fuck with Kelly Olynyk if you're a Wizards fan and you're over 30 years old. This man. And I remember the next year afterwards, in the regular season, this man touched the ball. Whoo! We let him know how much we hated him. He knew. He knew. He came into Capital One, scrunched up. He knew. I think he actually lavished in it, honestly. But yeah, let me check one more time. Let's see. This gives us a lot more wiggle room. I'm just repeating myself now, which feels like it's time for me to end the stream. But yeah, man, doesn't look like there's anything new right now. But we got a $13 million trade exception, $100 million in cap space next year. It just seems like we can. This helps us even absorb it, like. The bigger of a contract the more of a horrific situation the contract is, the more assets we will get for it, right? Next year, if somebody wants to get off a bad contract, they're going to look to us first. And Will Dawkins will play. Overall, this trade got a low-ass second-round pick next. It's going to be low. It's going to be most likely OKC's second-round pick, and that's going to be, what, 58? It's going to be 58. This second-round pick might be sold for cash considerations if you think about it. And we got super thin at center. Or whatever, 4 and 5. Kelly only played 4 as well. We got super thin there. So it's obviously the first of a domino move that I feel like is going to happen. I feel like we're going to sign a vet. I'm looking at DeAndre Jordan, Thomas Bryant, even Alex Len and Alex Lando, injury concerns wise. I don't know about him, but yeah, man. Figured I should hop on a stream. I literally did this all off the top of my head. I was editing this freaking Corey Kispert video. I might drop it tomorrow. I might have to do edits to it because I feel like this trade kind of trades some. It kind of doesn't change a lot, but it kind of, you know, Wiz got another first rounder for an aging center. We got a second round pick. But yeah. Yeah, he wasn't running. Yeah, Kelly Olynyk, yeah, he's old, Yeah. Kelly Olynyk, he going to run with the Spurs, though. They're saying that he's going to be in the Spurs. They envision him along playing with Luke Ornette next year. 8.7 last year. 50, 41 for the 3. Shooting splits of 50, 41, and 77 for a 34-year-old big. Spurs are win now right now. Spurs got better. Wizards got a trade exception and a low-ass, supremely low second-round pick next year. But you know what? It's still a second-round pick. That's my assessment. I'll give this trade like a. I feel like it's too early to grade the trade, right? Is it or no? Because like I feel like, well, because then you want to see what the next domino move is. But as of right now, I'll probably give it like a B. 85. Justin Champagne's not being waived. Please don't. No, he's not being waived. He got a 4-year contract extension on the cheap. 10 milli total. Champagne, got to give him a shot next year. But yeah, man. Thank you, everybody, for joining the stream. Yeah, my overall assessment, I'm going to give it a B, bruh. I'm going to give it a B. Has potential to grow. I mean, you got the trade exception. You got the second-round pick. Basically giving up a dude who has given most of us high blood pressure here in the DMV. So for medical reasons, I'm going to bump it up now to a B+. I'm going to say B+. B+ gives us more wiggle room. We can play around with more. I'm just looking out for the next move, though. I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to sign a big. Or by the end of this week. But yeah, man, thank you very much, everybody, for joining the stream. I feel like I'm doing a little bit better with the stream. I'm doing a little bit better, but I got a lot more to improve on. Yeah, Red Wings, I completely agree. He better not be waived. He's our best rebounder. And he's 6'7". But yes, thank you very much, everybody. Like I said, I gotta improve the stream more, but I'm slowly making progress. There'll be a video drop tomorrow, perhaps on Corey Kispert's. I'm gonna stream the Summer League Friday. I think we play. Yeah, we play. We play. What time we play on Friday? Holy shit! I work. Thanks, man. Thank you, Dre. We play at 9 p.m. All right, bet. 9 p.m. on Friday. I'm streaming that, Joe. Yep. 9 p.m. I might stream beforehand too, because we saw the summer league roster. Everybody pretty much expected. Koulibaly's not playing in the summer league, and also, I mean, I think it's like, third year player, you don't really play unless you're Nick Young and you're in your 6th year and you want to get a free trip to Las Vegas. You're not playing your 3rd year. Remember Nick Young, Andre Blatch, I believe it was like his 7th year in the league. This man went to the summer league. Full on beard and everything. 26 years old. This man was like, I want to play in the summer league. Freaking Andre Blatch. We went from Andre Blatch to Nick Young now to dudes like Bub Carrington and Trey Johnson. Complete 360. Yeah, we're gonna wave one of them dudes. Yeah, Kyle. I believe so. Yeah, we are in inevitably trade Corey, but we'll see how hard it's gonna be. But we'll see what we're going to settle for, or we'll see what we're going to get. But yeah, man, thank you very much, everybody, for joining the stream. Truly appreciate it. There will be a video done tomorrow. What Kelly do to Wizards fans? Mr. Nico. He nearly ended me in 2017. Let me look at the camera. Bruh. He nearly ended me. We should have went to the Eastern Conference Finals. But because of this freaking dude, I'm trying to freaking circle his head, we didn't. Man scored, 24 points in Game 7? That's why. Bruh. I can't. This man ruined me that year. But anyways, I gotta let off steam. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining the stream. I truly appreciate it. Like and subscribe, please, if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, it's all good, bro. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.